Hi, so this is Arc. It lets you connect to your database and talk to it. Basically, you ask a question, it generates a query, and then runs the query on a database, gets the output data, and displays it in whatever format is appropriate, either a table or a chart, all within the same conversational interface. So to demo, I'm gonna be using one of my projects in production, which has a couple of PostgreSQL databases. So just gonna click on it. It's called Uptree. Yeah. So here I can see the overview of my project's data. So you can see 17 tables, over 2 million rows, disk usage of about 1.8 GB. Yeah, and it's a project with multiple databases. So we have the first one, the second one, and this is SQL like database that's local. Yeah. So the first thing to do is just create an exploration and start talking with my database. So new exploration, and um, this is the exploration interface, basically a chat interface where I can ask questions about what's going on with my database, anything I need to know. Yeah, so let's just get started. I'm gonna begin by saying hi. Tell me about Uptree. Yeah, so one of the things you notice is it can introspect my database and basically show that to me. Um, as it also has context about my database, and can tell me all the different details, as well as suggest a bunch of queries I can run. So right here, you can see a bunch of queries. Uh, I guess the first one we could do is I just click on, I want to see most water trees. Uh, Wait for that to run. Okay, as you can see, it shows the query and then the results of the query, right? And if I need to, I can export. Yes. So if I need to, I can export the CSV. It also shows me a bar graph from that data. So here the agent decided on its own to show me this graph. I didn't pre-prompt it. As you can see, it generates a chart, and I can save the chart for later. Maybe I want to run this to find out what these values are later on. Yeah, so it automatically generated that. Yeah, gives me some details. Interesting. These appear to be hex code names, decoding. So one of the things is you can give the agent context about your database, tell it what's happening, so that it's more useful when you ask questions. So here it's just a detail about how my database is set up. Um, yeah, yeah. Next question: who owns these trees? Um, right. So while it runs that query, I'm gonna show you around for other things. Let's see. I think let's just let it finish and then we can go walking around uh, the app. Okay, so it's running the query, and Another thing you notice is it gives you the progress report as it generates new things. You can basically follow along. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Another thing I added was compaction. So it auto compacts the conversation. So at the moment, I think uh, um, you can configure what the compaction limit for the tokens is. I think at the moment it's blown through a bunch of tokens, so it's just auto compacting, and then I can continue with the conversation. So let's see. Gave me these details. I asked who owns these trees, and basically this is a list of all of the primary owners, owner waterings, and you can export to CSV, save as if needed. Um, yeah, so I think continue tree analysis. As you can see, I can just continue asking these questions about my data, and it's gonna keep on answering them. Um, yeah, so the thing you notice is all my queries just live within the same conversation thread. I can ask whatever I want. Answers are just going to be within the conversation itself. So it makes it really easy to um, come back later on and like figure out or like ask the same question if you want to. Um, this query is taking a while. Yeah, so this is just like the database itself is uh, probably busy at the moment. It's having time getting a connection. Yeah, I think um, yeah, I think it's done. Yeah. So as you can see, we can keep asking, prompting, just with natural language, get answers. Um, Another thing we could do is we don't necessarily need to talk to our database in English. I could as well just talk to it in Swahili and say, um, I guess, start with a hi. Uh, yeah, and still able to, uh, the agent is still able to run the queries, get the data. Here it was just doing the introspection to get the schemas into its context, and then it's going to write the query, execute the query, return the data, same flow. Yeah, it runs the query, gives me an answer, also talks back in Swahili. Uh, so you could query your database in any language um, you want, and it can basically answer you. So I think by now you get the idea of how Arc works in the explanation views. I'm just gonna show you some other pieces, like let's say the charts. So you can save queries that generate charts, or you can even use AI to just generate a query and then create the chart from that. So here a bunch of charts of mine. So you could see, let's say this is a pie chart of time zone distribution of my users. So I just open that up, and then it's just showing that distribution and what it looks like. Um, Next, rewards claimed over time. I can just open that up. Yeah, basically displays that information. What else? 20 most water trees, and I can see all that information here. Um, yeah, so you could do as much as you want in terms of visualizing your data, asking questions and getting answers. Next, we have the query library, where there are instances where you have specific application queries and you don't want the LLM to generate them from scratch. So you can just predefine them, and then the LLM will have them in its context and be able to run them whenever you have a question that relates to them. So you basically define a new query. So this is like strict query. Uh, yeah, just define what it looks like, and then the LLM can pick it up. Next is notes. So I mentioned earlier you need to give the agent context about your specific database, how things connect to each other, what things do. So this is where you basically add that description. These descriptions get added as context to the agent when it's trying to run queries. Um, yeah, and then here, this is schema. It's just the results of introspection of your database, so you can see all your tables and all that good stuff. And then here for connections, you can add a new connection, which is a connection to a database, or even import CSV. So there is a cool feature where you can import a CSV and it's gonna basically create an SQLite database from that CSV, and you can run queries on that CSV the same way in the chat interface, ask questions about it. Um, yeah, and the settings here's where you configure your AI provider, and you can also you know customize how the app looks. Yeah, I think the future of a lot of software is gonna be conversational apps where the conversation is the main interaction interface and the rest of the UI basically folds into a simple input box. Arc is a demonstration of that. And earlier on, inspired by the idea of conversational interfaces, I built a framework called Glove. And Glove is basically a way to easily define tools that can render UI and achieve something that Arc is able to achieve uh, seamlessly and with a good developer experience. And I'm gonna be building a lot more apps around Globe just to showcase its usability, its dev experience, and also just to dog food the framework and improve it. Um, yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you loved Arc. I hope you try it out. I'll include a link to the download site. And yeah, man, let me know what you guys are working on, building. Try out Glove. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.